Hi, I'm Valerio, and this is CrazyNet. Today we're talking about a problem. In the previous video, we saw how to create a certificate. Now we need to take it a step further. We need to create a certificate. And then, for example, send it automatically via API to our firewall, Palo Alto, FortiGate, and so on. As we know, every 90 days, the Let's Encrypt certificate expires. Now, in an enterprise environment or anyway, in a slightly more complex environment, this is a problem because you have to remember precisely to update the certificates before they expire, and maybe you forget. In this video, we're going to see how it's done. So first of all, before we do anything else, we really need to sort out and set up our environment properly. Now, this is the Palo Alto firewall that we're working with here. I've already gone ahead and created a user account under the administrator section, and that user is called SV_certbot, which is exactly what we'll need for this process. Let's make sure everything is in place before we move on. Then to do the deployment via API. And we have our Cloudflare, because for this deployment, we'll use Cloudflare. In this case, I currently have the domain CrazyNet.io under my management, and it is managed through Cloudflare. If you have a domain that isn't managed by Cloudflare, you have to point your domain's DNS towards Cloudflare, because not all providers, not all vendors give you the possibility, precisely, to connect ACME on your provider's domain. So I click on CrazyNet.io. At this point, I go to DNS record. And here I have my domains. I have the domain CrazyNet.io, as I already said. And in addition, I also have some subdomains vpn.crazynet.io, oob.crazynet.io, crazynet.io, and app.crazynet.io. Here we have the Cloudflare addresses because, well, as you see, here it says proxy status and proxy ad. So we're behind a proxy because Cloudflare protects us. So much so that if I ping my domain, you'll see this IP address, which isn't the IP address, my real one, because the domain, in this case vpn.crazynet.io, must point to my public address. What's the advantage compared to the previous video? That I don't have to open any ports to the internet. So in the previous video, we opened port 80, and then once the certificate was generated, we closed it. In this case, I don't have to open anything. It will all be automatic. But be careful. To make the VPNs work in this case, if you had global protect, vpn.crazynet.io, you have to remove the proxy because otherwise the VPN won't connect. Let's go back to the firewall and open our virtual machine console. In this case, my little Linux virtual machine. All the commands I'm about to type will be listed in the description below. So for now, let's proceed with creating the certificate for our global protect for the VPNs. Once the certificate is generated, we need to create a directory. In my case, I called it Palo, but honestly, the name you choose here is really not important at all. I'll go ahead and create the directory now. Next, I'll convert the certificate to PEM format, since Palo Alto specifically requires that certificate format. Perfect. I'll double check that the certificate is actually there by using the ls command to list the files. And here they are. fullchain.pem, vpn.key, and vpn.pem. At this point in the process, once I have received the certificates, I need to go ahead and test my API. In the description below, you will also find the command that you can use to view the API key, which you will need later, to modify the script that I'll leave for you in the description. And we have verified this part. In fact, it shows nothing because it's working. Then I'll type this other command and carefully verify that there is a stable connection with my, in this case, the firewall. Now let's create a temporary PFX file instead. As you can see, it says password change me 123. The password can be anything, but obviously not change me 123. Now we're going to import the certificate from my virtual machine to Palo Alto. Then, once it's successfully imported into the system, we'll go ahead and commit. And if I go ahead and check the list of tasks, I'll actually see that it is, in fact, committing right here. If I go to device certificates, I should have my certificate, and here it is. GP cert. So Global Protect is the certificate. Then, of course, there are settings to adjust, but you do those beforehand when you configure Global Protect, the portal, and so on. These are all included here. All you really need to do is simply update the certificate. So basically, it's a very straightforward and simple process. IUO. Now, how do we make everything, automatic? Here are the certificates that it created, because first it creates them in SEER format in this directory and then moves them to when it converts them, it puts them in the folder we created, PT Palo. At this point, you can automate everything by creating a small script in bash format, so it's very simple, which then every time before the expiration, it runs the script. The VM, starts the script and it updates and does the commit automatically. But in this video, let's take a look at the renewal. If I type this command, so with force, it renews the certificate, which obviously the certificate is valid because we created it now, but it regenerates it. In this video, we've shown how to generate a certificate for Palo Alto, mainly because the certificate needs to be in PEM format. In this particular case, I am using it on a Palo Alto device, and we've also demonstrated how to carry out the deployment process. In the description, you'll find the script to install acme.sh to do everything you've seen, creating the certificate, the commitment, etc., because there are parts in this video that are missing. For example, how to connect the acme.sh script to Cloudflare, because you need the token, you need a few things. In the URL link provided in the description below this video, you'll find all the steps for a simple, easy, and fast configuration process. So you shouldn't find any problems at all. If you liked this video, leave a comment. If you need a hand or some instruction, if instead you want to implement it in your company, let's talk about it.